Now let us try out the radar chart. A radar chart, also known as a spider chart, or I would say it looks like a spider web at least, but it generally helps you compare the values of 3 or more variables relative to a central point. So let's take an example over here. It generally gives you a visual mapping of each parameters as against the average as well. It would be best if I can show up an example over here, and it's pretty easy to pull up a radar chart. All you need to have is your data organized properly and you will get it through. Take an example of this data set over here. It's an extract of a survey conducted for a particular course. So we have some criteria over here, and all of these parameters have been marked on a scale of 1 to 10 or eval. So we have responses from 3 participants, and the first one, second one, and third one. So 3 people responded to this survey, and let us get this onto a chart. I select this data, click on Insert, go to Charts, All Charts, and here we have the radar. Well, here we have the 5 data points. And then this one may not make sense right now because this is not what we need. So ignore the second one. The first one is what we are looking for. And just click OK. Here you have this. Let me remove the chart title for now. I want to make the chart look bigger so that I can have a better view on it. So here we have. Great. So for this chart, if you see, this is the center point at 0, and each line, the gray lines, the thin gray lines that you see is a grid line. Okay, these are the grid lines. And when you measure against each of these grid lines, just imagine this to be something like a line chart, but it's not exactly a line chart. You're being measured on these grid lines for each parameter. For example, first one is course content. That's course content here. Participant 1 is blue. The second one is orange, and third one is gray. So the blue one had rated the trainer or this course as 2 for course content. So here we have this blue one towards course content, this point at 2, and the second had rated at 4. So this is where the second participant had rated, and the third participant rated at 3, and that's here. Okay, all of this with the center of 0 as the starting point. Against this, where do they match or where do they fail? The best part of this chart is you can have a quick glance on the overall performance on multiple parameters at the same time. Here we have 5 parameters that we are working on, so hence it looks like a pentagon. It looks like a pentagon, but you can have 6, 7, or make it look like a decagon as well. That's absolutely fine, but you need to understand that the data should be legible and should make sense. So here we have this. Now take a look at the one responded by the third participant. It's the gray one. So this person has rated 5 or given the rating of 5 for clarity. That's like full 5 out of 5. And then when it comes to subject knowledge, it's 4, 3, and then here again, what do you have? This at 3 for meets learning goals. And then time management, it's just 3 again. So overall, this person seems to be quite happy, and hence it is, right? So the farther away each point is, the higher the score is. The closer it is towards the center, for example, over here, we see meets learning goals. The blue one, that's the first participant, has rated 1. That means he is not happy with this. He or she is not happy with this course. Okay. But the one in gray seems to be quite happy in terms of clarity, but otherwise he's still given the average rating overall. But I think the most happier would be of the 3 is the second one, because The second participant has given a rating of 4, 4, and again 4 over here, and 3 in only one area, or rather that was 2 actually, and 3 in clarity. Okay, it's 4, 4, and then again 4, 3, and 2. So this person seems to be much more happier, although not happy about the time management, which is still fine. So this is one way how you can measure this. Now you can use this for any form of psychometric test. You can use it for a student's academic performance and so on. You might also want to add one more column over here. Let's say I move this over here. I'll move this data towards the right and add another column here. Let's call it as benchmark, or you can take it as a average. I mean, let's say this survey was answered by 20 participants. So what has been the average of all of them? Or maybe you might have your own internal benchmark wherein you say, we call this course a success if the respondent or the participant has given at least 4 in each of those parameters. So if benchmark of measuring success of this course is number 4 for each of these parameters, then let's map it out over here. Let me give the formatting. Take this entire table, or rather you can just click over here and chart design, select data. We have 3 participants here. Now I want to add the benchmark. So series name is the benchmark and series values are these. Click OK. I can move this up and click OK again. So here we have the benchmark is a yellow one. Now it's overlapping with the orange one, or rather I would say the orange one is overlapping the yellow one, so we can't see the border, but yes, there it is. Well, in case if you feel time management may not be that easy, at times it would be quite difficult. So it's okay even if someone gives an average rating for time management at 3, that's fine. So again, here it tilts. Meets learning goals, it's a 4. Subject knowledge, clarity, and course content, you definitely want to see them at 4. Okay, but subject knowledge, let's say you want the best, that's 5. Or what if it was, if decimals were allowed, then 4.5. Then take a look at this. This is somewhere between 4 and 5. That's the way how you can measure multiple parameters all at one shot.